Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to paint a simple little rose, and I'm going to paint this. You're probably like, why are you painting that again, Lindsay? These are postcards. They came with this set of watercolors here that is, they're called O.win, and those brushes don't come with them. There was just plenty of room, so I threw them in there. But I purchased these on Amazon because they seem to be just like the Pretty Excellent watercolors that I really love. I love to recommend these. But when I saw that set for sale, I noticed the color numbers were the same. Then when I got them and swatched them out, they seemed identical. I'll have a full review on my channel. It's probably already up actually. If not, it will be up in a couple of days. And the downside to this is that you can't move around the colors because they're in this like plastic molded thing, and you couldn't take just a few colors out to keep from getting confused if you were a beginner. So when I saw this set, I'm like, I gotta try that out because if it's the same paint but in a better tin where people could remove the pans and put them in a smaller tin to like not be confused if they're a beginner for the same price, I thought that was a great deal. Plus you can refill those little pans, and I thought that was wonderful. So I thought I would paint the same painting with both paint sets and see how they fared. So I'm going to use the same colors that I used on the other one. I'm going to use some of this crimson here, and I also used this other kind of more like coral red, a little bit of raw sienna, add that in with the coral red, really watered down. That's pretty watered down. And I'm just going to kind of put a blob in here for the for my flower. A little bit more of the corally color on its own. I'm not get too fussy about this. The brighter crimson colored. Grab some color right from the pan and throw in some of these darker, shadowy petals up here. Put in a little bit of a shadow in there. With this technique, your paint will just kind of flow. And this paper is just what came with the O.win watercolor tin, so I mean, I'm not sure what kind of paper it is. I'm just kind of using it because I have it, and it's just I just need to use the same kind for both. I'll let that set up a little bit, and I'll go in and add some more details. I'm gonna grab some. I think I used burnt sienna. No, that wasn't it. I think I used Van Dyke Brown or Sepia. I think it was the third one in from the edge. I'm gonna grab some sap green. I think I will start putting the little rosebuds up here. I think the paint feels about the same. Obviously you're going to have a little bit of discrepancy painting the same thing twice, you know. I'm not a machine. Just want to get a feel of it. Grab some of this green. I like to add that little like serrated edge to the flowers. And a little bit of red on the edges. I'm going to go back in and put some more red in the center, kind of layer it up. It'll be a little bit more defined now. I'll see where where petals seem to be forming from the tones. I'd say the paint feels very similar to paint with. Oops, I got out of the lines there. Oh well. Not worried about it being perfect. It's a postcard. It'll be nice to send to somebody in any event. I've got a little more room over here, so I think I might throw some of my little leaves in here. I'm kind of running out of space up there. Another one right up here, maybe. All right. Sorry for the noises, guys. It's midterms, so the kids have had half days, so and some darker, maybe add a little bit of that brown in there. Put in some negative space around the veins. I don't want to stop painting because then sometimes you want things to be at that level of wetness while you're working. Oh yeah, put a couple little stroke leaves here. And I'm gonna let that dry, I think. I wanted to see how the white works on this set, because that's one thing I did notice looked a little different. This white looks a little bit more warm, and the white from the Pretty Excellent set looks a little cooler. So I think that would be maybe a difference between the two, but I'm really not seeing much difference there. But I want to dry this out so when I add the white on top, it'll show up. Let's take a little bloom there. I didn't get any bloom on the other one, but that's, you know, it's hard to say whether I was that close in painting them. Okay, let's do a little bit. I actually want a little bit more of the red. Let's do a little bit more of the red. In here first, because I didn't do it as much. All right, now we can do the white. The white shouldn't overlap the red too much. It activates pretty well. They've got a pretty thick mixture of the white. It doesn't seem to be as opaque. Maybe I've added a little bit too much water to it. I don't know. On my swatch card too, that's something that I noticed is the white just didn't seem to be as opaque. It's not that big of a deal for me because I typically don't use white too often, and if I do, I would just use my white gouache. So other than the white just being a little different, that would be my big observation between these two sets. I think I spent a little bit longer on the other one than I have so far on this one, so I was able to build up color a little bit more, although I feel like it's glazing pretty well. So if you already have the pretty excellent set, and don't want to get more paint that's exactly the same, then I would say skip this. But if you have the pretty excellent set, or you don't because you didn't like the fact that you couldn't change the order around or take them out of the palette, then these would be a great alternative. Fun to play with, and they're cheap enough that you're not going to worry so much about making it perfect. You can just kind of have fun with it, like I am. I like to add this little bit of red on the edges of the petals. Rose petals often will have that little bit of a red outlining to them, which I think is just really pretty. But yeah, I would say the paint's pretty similar. My roses aren't identical. Spent a few more minutes on that one, but overall, yeah, I would say they are the same paint. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. I will link all this stuff in the video description for you to check out, both the pretty excellent set and the O.win watercolors. So, assuming they're still available and it wasn't just a one-time thing on Amazon, I recommend them both. I think they're both a great buy, and I think the paint's identical. So, if you're interested, get the tin that you like the best, or whichever's cheapest, I guess. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.